Every healthcare organization struggles with cash flow forecasting. When we saw what Healthcare TTU had built for accounts receivable factoring, we felt it could, in addition, also become the de facto tool for accounts receivable valuation. I am pleased to introduce Healthcare TTU.
Hello, I'm Pearson Talbert, one of the founders and president of Healthcare TTU. I'd like to introduce you to a friend of ours, Mike. Mike runs the finances for one of the largest businesses in any community. They generate more revenue, employ more people, drive more community benefit than most of the other businesses in their city combined. They are a pillar of the community that's been in existence for generations. Mike is a hospital CFO. And his hospital's reimbursement is under constant challenge from political winds, sorry, couldn't resist, managed care, budget cycles, and demographic swings. Imagine for a moment the impact of all these uncertainties in your own businesses, and you'll quickly gain an appreciation for the two major impacts that they have in Mike's. First, because of these ever-fluid variables, Mike's team spends an enormous amount of time each month manually compiling cash flow forecasts utilizing a special blend of science and art. And even then, their predictions can still vary by several $million. The second concerns commercial financing. For example, on a typical $125 million loan, most banks would bank a commercial business at what's known at roughly an 80 to 90% advance rate. That means that business is going to pledge $160 million in collateral to get that. That doesn't happen in healthcare. Hospitals seeking the same loan would be required to pledge at least $250 million in net receivables, roughly twice the value of their loan or their bond issuance. That's a 50% haircut. Used car dealers get better advance rates from their banks than Mike does. And to add insult to injury, Mike's finance team now spends upwards of 6 days per month manually compiling bank-required compliance reports that they then have to fax in. I love that technology. That's enough to make you go gangsta on Lundberg's fax machine, right? There are a lot of old people in this room. Healthcare TTU removes these frictions by providing a cloud-based predictive analytics platform that offers real-time visibility into cash flows and AR valuations for health system. Hospitals can then share that financial information with the partners of their choice. With Healthcare TTU, Mike can potentially now receive up to an 80% financing advance rate versus the 50% that he receives today, which makes for a happy CFO. So what's this market size? How many Mikes or Melindas are out there? Well, there's roughly 5,000 hospitals in America, and today those institutions generate more than $1 trillion per year annually. Conservative estimates put this market size at roughly $300 additional billion that could be liberated and banked in our country utilizing this solution. So why can we fix this problem? Well, it starts with our CEO, Bill Anderson. Bill's the retired past chief operating officer of Brown Brothers Harriman, the nation's oldest private bank and renowned global financial custodian. It continues with our chairman and founder, Art Thomas. Art's the former chief operating officer of Merrill Lynch globally. Chris and I each bring years of experience in healthcare claims, operation, and revenue cycle. And rounding out our team are Amy, Jay, John, Denise, and Mitch, I guess. Together, we are seasoned veterans with decades of combined experience from industry-leading firms. In short, we know how to move information and money in real time, and that is key to removing the frictions from healthcare capital finance. So why is Healthcare TTU so revolutionary? Well, first, our solution provides complete transparency into both the past and future cash flows of the health system. This isn't done today. With this information, we can then transform latent healthcare claims into a desirable cash equivalent asset known as the right to settlement, or R2S. It's healthcare, we have to have another acronym. And by working with a banking partner, R2S assets may then be pledged as collateral for a loan or sold for day one liquidity by the hospital. As a result, banks gain an ability to lend against the creditworthiness of the actual asset flows of a hospital. That's a game changer that allows banks to treat healthcare organizations like other commercial businesses. We've built our analytics and the R2S exchange engine. We call that ATEX, and we successfully tested it across a 1-year longitudinal study with a partner hospital and bank. Our solution stands in stark contrast to the archaic method of periodically sampling claims and payments with yes and a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet that banks and even audit firms use today. It's no wonder they have to hedge on their valuations. ATEX bridges the divide between a hospital's need for liquidity, for low-cost liquidity, and a bank's need for real-time information for credit underwriting. Since our founding, we've won the Americas region of the UBS Future of Finance Challenge. That's a global fintech competition. And today, we're pleased to announce a commercial partnership with Cedars-Sinai for our analytics solution, as well as we're working with Cedars and one of their banking partners on an R2S financing issuance. Thank you. Additionally, we have 2 more health systems in contracting now for Q2 go-lives, and several banks are actively shopping deals on our behalf. In short, Healthcare TTU is revolutionizing the way that hospitals can access their financial data and allowing them to take control of their financing destiny. We look forward to talking with you further about frictionless healthcare finance at the reception. Thank you.